Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the work I did on my new 6x3 folding workbench. As you can see, all I have right now is this crappy little Black & Decker, and I don't have a lot of space, so I need it to fold up. So first thing I'm going to do is unbox my new circular saw. I was pretty nervous about this. I've never used a circular saw before. Definitely the biggest and scariest tool that I've used so far, but also really exciting. Going to help me get the job done a lot faster than my little Dremel saw or my jigsaw that I have. So here I'm trying to unbox the saw and put the blade on. So installing the blade was a little tricky at first. A lot of the videos I watched were for the ones with the lithium batteries and not the plug-in, so the configuration was a little different, but I got there eventually. And yeah, I did a triple check because I was so nervous. So next, this is just me double checking, making sure I've got the measurements right. I had 8 of these little 2x4s that I needed to cut into 31-inch pieces. So this was going to be the first time, again, that I used a circular saw. I was taking my sweet time, trying to get rid of the nerves a little bit, but also make sure all the measurements are right, because these are going to be the top part of the legs that fold. So super important to get them right so that the table is even. So I lost my pocket knife here for a second, but I did find it. Then cutting up in some more of those 2x4s and just doing some more measurements. This part was really tedious and took me a little while. I've just got a basic measuring tape and this little T-square like tool that I really like. It's been super helpful. I picked it up for like $5 at Home Depot, and yeah, it's been super useful in doing these measurements on all these different pieces of wood and drawing straight lines. Highly recommend. Here I'm just trying to weigh down my little bench top before I use this really powerful saw and make sure nothing goes flying and I don't injure myself. And yeah, here we go. It's my first time using the circular saw. It's a Ryobi. I know people have strong opinions on what types of tools you use. This is what I have and what I can afford right now. But yeah, I was super nervous to get this first cut done, but afterwards I felt really excited. It was super smooth, really easy to use in my opinion. I read a lot and watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to use it and how to use it safely. So yeah, I was just so excited to have this new tool that's going to make everything so much faster, especially on these big projects. You can see it kind of just cuts through the 2x4s like butter. You can also bevel with this saw, which is really cool. I didn't know that was a thing. So I'm really excited to get to use that on future projects, but for now, just cutting straight lines, cutting the ends off of these 2x4s to get them to 31 inches. I had about 8 of these that I had to cut. So yeah, we'll speed things up a bit here, and I'll take this time to introduce myself or reintroduce myself if you're one of the people who has been with me since I started the CLC Teardrop Camper. I am a novice woodworker, so please take everything in my videos with a grain of salt and feel free to give me any advice, especially when it comes to safety, as I'm still learning every day when I'm working on these projects. But yeah, over the past several summers, I built a Chesapeake Lightcraft Teardrop Camper from the kit, and that kind of really ignited a fire for me to keep doing woodworking. I took a little bit of a break, started grad school, and now that I'm a little ways through grad school, I've got a bit more time to have hobbies and things like that. So trying to get my YouTube channel up and running again, would really appreciate a follow. And yeah, if you are into woodworking, trying to get into it, please check out my channel. I've got a lot of videos on the camper build, and then going to continue to do some small builds like this and hopefully get into furniture making. We'll see. Let's get this table done first and then we'll go from there. And we're done. You can see the look of sweet relief on my face that I got through all those cuts without any injuries or any major accidents. And that was such a relief to be able to get to use this new tool, and really exciting. And here I am getting the long pieces of the table. This is my dog Sheba. She came for some pets and to force me to take a break really quickly. But yeah, these long pieces are going to be underneath the table and where the carriage bolts go through the legs, and help the legs fold up. My garage is only about 8 feet wide, so Doing stuff like this is kind of tight. What you can't see behind the camera is my camper is sitting right there. And there's just not a lot of room for me to work with, so I kind of do turn these long ways when I am drilling the holes, but you'll see that even that is a really tight squeeze. So if you have recommendations for working in tiny spaces, please let me know in the comment section below, because it is a constant struggle. It was absolutely insane trying to build a 5x7 camper in this tiny garage in New England. These holes took a little while to measure out. They had to be super precise because this is going to go underneath the table, and then a carriage bolt is going to connect this underpiece to the legs. So here is me getting ready to drill the holes. This was super nerve-wracking. I was using a new drill bit that I hadn't used before that's specifically for larger holes in wood. I was super nervous about getting them straight, which I think I did an okay job at. We'll see when I actually have to send the carriage bolts through. But I really liked this drill bit. It was super fast, got through the wood. It made a pretty straight looking hole as far as I can tell. Again, we'll see. I'm always so surprised how long simple tasks like this take on a project. I feel like I experienced this a lot with a camper where I would come to the garage and think like, oh man, this is going to be super quick, super easy day. And I spend like 3 hours drilling some holes and cutting some pieces off the end of 2x4s. So I've been feeling a little under the weather this week. I didn't spend too much time here. This is kind of the last thing I did, but it was super exciting. I got to use a new saw that I've never used before, and then also a new drill bit, which was really fun. So thanks. Please like and subscribe. See you next time.